Welcome back to the vlogs, and I'm trying something different. We're going to have a playlist for each book going forward. And then, of course, because it's a vlog, we'll have random bits. And like, I'll probably talk about whatever book I'm reading while we're in these vlogs, but I'm doing vlogs this time. So I haven't talked about the first chapter that I wrote for this next book, which is Turning the Wheel, which is the sequel to that one, which is Path of a Witch. So this is the next book, which goes through, obviously, the Wheel of the Year. Now, of course, I do things chaotically, so I don't follow the Wheel of the Year in any traditional sense at all. But I'm making a point to challenge myself a little bit. So each Sabbath, which is our holidays, there's going to be a theme of 3. So each one has 3 different distinct energies, and each one's gonna have a chapter, and then I'm gonna have some stuff with it. What is stuff? I don't know. That's what we're figuring out today. So I wrote the intro. It's long and it's windy and just bleh, but like, I suck at writing intros. Like, I'm just like, I don't know, read the book. Just, here's what, this is it. Or I info dump the premise of the book. And I'm like, this is what we're gonna talk about. Isn't it gonna be great? And we're gonna talk about this and this and this and this and this and this. And then you're like, oh my God, okay, let's just read the book then. There's no happy medium. So anyways, so because of all of that, I am now starting on actually writing the book. So we have a little over 1,000 words so far from the intro. Now we are starting with Yule, which is my new year. Some people start with Samhain. I don't see why. Yule leads right up to the new year. The other thing I just realized is I'm like, ooh, no, I could add it. Okay. So my thing is I have the 3 themes for Yule, and it's like Return of the Sun and like the new year, and then like family, and because like after, like Samhain to me is like family with the dead chill time. Now it's like focus on the living family time. And then the last one is that Yule is like the beginning of winter and the darkest night. That's the 3 themes that we got. However, I also just realized I need to figure out where to put in the 13 days of Yule, and I think I'm gonna put it in the family chapter, not this one. Theoretically, I don't know. I don't have a big outline for this book. I'm kind of just rolling with it. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what I figure out, because I don't know. Maybe it'll be in this chapter. New year, Return of the Sun. I don't know. But yeah, so, but also I feel like it would fit in the family focus, because that's like, hey, we're getting together, we're doing stuff, woo! And like gift giving day, and like hang out with your family, visit all your family. Maybe that would be the better day. I don't know. And do I want another section? Probably not. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I have no idea what I'm doing right now. So here we go. Let's write at least the first chapter today. I'm finally back to writing, and I think the last time I checked in was a minute ago, but that's the joy. So I'm finally getting back into routines. Today is May 13th, and I am working on Turning the Wheel. And I have just finished up I think it's technically the 3rd chapter, but it's day 2 of my 13 days of Yule. Initially, when I was planning this project, each Sabbath was going to have 3 main focuses, and then immediately Yule was like, nah. Because like, I love to celebrate the 13 days of Yule. I don't follow anything ever of what other people do. I just do my own thing. I've experimented over the years, and this is just kind of my like the full completed of chaos that I do. And so of course immediately I have to change everything, because now Yule has 13 days, and I'm like, I feel weird that the other ones don't, but also like there's just something about celebrating the end of the year, that there's just like there's so much energy of ending the year, starting the year, and like it's all of the holidays, everyone's doing all of the stuff, so like just embrace that. So Yule is going to be a huge section. Every day has a thing to do, and then the rest of the year is like, yeah, you got like some themes, it's fine. So we're working on that, and it gives me ideas of like future book ideas of like if I made a magical year of like every single day of the year had a focus. Could I do that? That would be a big project. That is outside of the scope of this book. 13 days for Yule is already outside of what I had initially planned, but it fits, because here on out, once I get through the 13 days, then the rest of the book will go pretty smoothly, and I'm hoping to have this draft done by the end of the month. So it's May 13th. I'd like to have all of this done before June starts so that I can publish in June. And I'm also going to be moving on to Cemetery House to finish that up next month as well. But for now, I am all of this month for Turning the Wheel. So it's the next day and I managed to get another chapter written. So I am currently working on day 4 for Yule, but bonus, I have now pulled my wrist hand situation, so I can't type. So I've been doing yard work for my dad for a few days, and you know, he lives in a mountain, so like there's a lot of hills and like a lot of space, and I have managed to pull my arm. I had pulled my arms before I started on that project from using my weed whacker on my own yard, and then I went and mowed his for the past couple days, and I have officially pulled my thumb. And I know that's a random muscle to pull, but holy crap, when your thumb is out of commission, like you are lost in this world, because like we use our thumb all the time. Like I can't use my mouse, I can't type, I can't do much, it just hurts. And I don't want to make things worse, so I'm just trying to let it heal. Heat feels fantastic. I know that you're probably supposed to ice it. I don't care. I choose heat. I choose to bring more blood. It's fine. It makes it feel better. So I am doing that, and I was planning to write 3 chapters. I've got 1 and a little bit into the next one, and then my thumb was just screaming, so it's like fine. So I am not gonna continue writing for today, but hopefully soon-ish. This is why I start to fall behind, because I'm like, oh my god, like I can't keep going. So I'm hoping a couple hours of just putting heat on it and not doing really anything with my hand is going to make it so that I can keep typing and finish up day 4 of Yule. Again, I'm doing the 13 days of Yule for this section, so I would like to get that done and then be able to continue. But here we are. Maybe one day it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And then I can actually do stuff. But for right now, I cannot. Though challenging, I think having the heat on my wrist for a couple of hours helped significantly. So I was able to write another chapter, which means I got day 4 of Yule done, which is awesome. These books are honestly like kind of challenging, but kind of not. Like I'm not putting a whole lot of like, oh my god, like it's gotta be a certain word count on it like I kind of have in the past in some ways. Like again, I still have my goal, no matter what, every chapter I write, regardless of the project, has to be about 1,000 words, and nailed it, hit 1,000 words. And so now I have got 4 days of Yule done. I think I might try to do day 5, but also gonna take a break, reheat, and yes, this is a Nightmare Before Christmas sock filled with rice, in case you were curious. We got Jack. So gonna go reheat that, take a break, because like I can feel it like from my shoulder all the way down. My arm is just like not happy. Holding this camera is like, I probably should have set it down. But here we are. So I'm just gonna keep this kind of short, but I'm gonna take a break, let my arm rest, and then get some heat on it for a minute, and then hopefully I can get the final chapter done. I think I might go make me a cup of tea, and then hopefully I can be caught up so that I'm back on track, because for the rest of the month I would like to be writing 2 chapters a day and finishing up by June 1st. So here's to hoping. Trying to get started for the day, but someone thinks it's all about her. Truly, the quest is real. Trying to get through this book. Like, I have fallen behind by a few days. Not a whole lot, but like I had hoped to have this done by the end of the month, and I think it's gonna be into the first week of June before this gets done. But I'm catching up. I've got the first chapter written in a while, done. So I just finished up day 6 for Yule. This is the day to have gratitude for your living family, because Samhain is all about the dead and all of your ancestors. Now's the time to focus on the here and now and the family that's still here. So got that written. Honestly, I really wasn't sure if I was gonna get my 1,000-word mark, and I was kind of like, you know what, do I care? I don't know that I care anymore. Like, just get something on the page at this point. And I did. I managed to actually get 1,017 words, so nailing it. Now on to day 7. I don't even know what that day was. All I know is we're on day 7, 13. Yule is a dragging kind of one, but also it's something I've wanted to write up for years. Like, this is something I've wanted for my own reference, so like, I need to just do it. And I have ideas, have it written out, I just have to actually do it. But I'm kind of bored of this section. It feels weird to be writing about Yule and snow and all of that in the new year, and it's like almost June. Like, all the other side of the wheel, but it's fine. Really, honestly, truly, I don't know why I feel like it's so hard to write, because once I'm done, I'm like, that wasn't hard. But like, in the writing, and definitely the leading up to writing, I'm just like, oh my god, it's gonna be so hard. And then this chapter literally took 20 minutes. Like, maybe 25 minutes, and then I'm done. And now I'm done for the day. I've caught up to where I want to be. I could keep writing, but honestly, I feel like not punishing myself is the way to go. Where it's like, oh my god, you're so many days behind. Because like, if I was sticking on track, I would still have another 6 chapters to write today. And I don't know that I would get all of those done in the little bit of time I have before I gotta go get the hubby from work and start on dinner. So instead, I am counting it as a win that I got my 2 chapters done today, and then tomorrow I'm gonna do 3 chapters, and that'll be it. And so for the rest of the day, I'm gonna go read a book because I need to do that for tomorrow, and just exist and just be chill and happy. So I am going to go work on reading, I think it's like Bookstores and Bonedust or something like that, whatever that book is. And then theoretically next time I talk to you, I'll have it read and we will be talking about it. Oh my lord, this chapter took a lot longer than I thought. So last time I hadn't really completely planned out the days of Yule, and I realized it when I sat down to write today because I had 2 blank spots and it was like, right, this is what happens when I don't really have an outline. And so I had to think about it, and I adjusted it a little bit. So today's writing is like the busy writing day. I don't know that I'm gonna get it done because it's like the massive planning. But for this chapter that I just did, I feel like I like jumped from beginner witch to like intermediate to advanced real fast. But also like, it is something that like, it's one of those things, like this is the books I wish I would have had. And I wish I could have started on this particular thing so much earlier. And so today's was day 8 of planning the new year, and it was numerology for the year. So like, I wish I would have kind of gotten on that beforehand, because had I known certain years were certain numbers, that would have made more sense. Because this year I'm in a year 7. And this year has definitely been a year 7. And it's, the year 7 is for like introspection, and it's 7 rules like spirituality. And so like, I've been doing a lot of thinking and thoughts and stuff, right? But like, when I was looking at this, I went back and I was like, when was my year 9? And then I realized my year 9 was my chaos year. That's when I had officially been done being a student. I graduated in December. And then I immediately jumped into like my first like real like adulty job, and like that sucked so much. I don't recommend working at a hospital for your first real job. Start small. Start at like Kohl's, JCPenney's, Subway, little less intense than a hospital. And I didn't thrive there. That sucked, and my health tanked, and I was severely depressed. And then also that is the same year that I met my husband, and then I was looking and I was like, oh my god, numerology fucking works though. Because then I got to doing the math and I was like, we got married in my year 5. And that is the year of change, and that your cycle changes. You know, you've got your full year cycles where it's 1 through 9 and then it repeats. And my year 5 is kind of like, the year 5 is like a halfway point. It represents change. And like, that is when I went full-time as an author. I got married. Like, I finally actually picked up writing and like publishing, because I hadn't published for 8 years up to that point. And then I finally managed to publish, and I published a lot after that. So like, it is wild to be like, looking at how the numbers actually totally match and being like, how can I live in this energy? But then I'm also like, that is very advanced at the same time. But I wish I would have started it earlier. If I would have known 2017 was going to be my year 9, I might have been a little more braced for the chaos that was that year. And like how 2018 I was gonna feel so different and like so much lighter, and it's like, I wonder why. And you know, adjusting and all of that. And then again, to know that year 5 is like, it might be good change, it might be drastic change. Change is like kind of like a butterfly, you know? Like year 5 can kind of feel like you're like being turned into goo, but then at the end you're a butterfly, you know? That's also the energy of a year 9. And in the book I use the analogy of a phoenix, because it's like you're gonna burn and it's gonna suck, and then you're gonna be alive and free and pretty and yay, because like damn. So anyways, this chapter took a lot longer than I thought, because again, normally I'm struggling to hit my 1,000 word requirement. This was 2,000 words. I haven't had that in a while. There was a lot of things to say, but hopefully people will appreciate the work. And now more work, because I gotta do astrology. Truly, I think I did these in the correct order. I finished the astrology section, which was brutal. I'm not well versed on astrology. Like the other stuff I can think of it. Like even numerology, I'm still kind of new at it, but like I'm intrigued by that one and I like it, and it's just stuck, right? Astrology, no. Every time I gotta whip out all of the books to reference back to, because I'm like, I don't know. I just know the people that I know in these signs, and like I have a bias towards some of them because like I've worked under bosses and had friends that are Geminis, and like they're the most flaky, arrogant people you'll meet. And like I've met, like my husband is a Leo, and yet like he doesn't match the stereotype of like, well, I gotta be the center of attention, which thankfully I did find a workaround for that in the book. Leo's just confidence, but like it's so in shadow that like it comes across as that like needy kid that has to be the center of attention by being loud and obnoxious. Those are the Leos that are out of balance. There's Leos that just walk in with this air of confidence and you just instantly hush because you're like, ooh. Like on an energetic level, you just know to sit and listen. That's a true Leo. And like nobody talks about that. And then, you know, you have like us water signs where me, my brother, and my dad are all the water signs, and we're just emotional creatures. And like you get all 3 of us emotional and it's a nightmare because like my dad's the Scorpio. Emotions, don't love those. Like he's okay with a couple, like the more masculine ones like anger and grudges and stuff like that. And then I'm more just like everyone needs to feel comfy and cozy and like, oh my god, I gotta take care of everybody. And then my brother is the Pisces, and Pisces just cries all the time. Pisces is just, they're such delicate creatures. And I've noticed that with other Pisces too, like they're gentle, sweet, loving. You just need to take care of them because they're so gentle, and you're like, oh honey, I need to protect you. But like you don't find that in the books. And I couldn't tell you much about Sagittarius or Aquarius. I don't know those ones. And like I have only known one like Libra, and I don't really like that person at all. And I'm like, you're an asshole. So like some of these signs, and I'm like sitting over here as the crab, which I hate to use the real name. I just call it the crab. We're crabs. And, you know, mine's like the home and comforts. And it's like also supposed to be the mother and the nurturer. And it's like everywhere in my chart. But like, anyways, so I've got them finally researched, written up. Now onto the easy one for the moon, for the new year. Truly, my brain feels like mush. This is why I don't like writing multiple witchcraft chapters in a row in one day, because it's like draining to the soul. But I did it. I didn't run out of steam before I got done writing for the day, so A+ for me. The last one was a struggle bus, which I knew it would be. I don't know how to say a lot of words about the moon. It's like it exists. I don't know, like it's there. So I got it though. 1,005 words. I'm done writing for the day, and I think it is time for a break. And I think after this, I am going to actually go read. I had hoped to record the audiobook today, but like, once again, it's not gonna, I need to just like, when I'm ready to hit publish, I just need to plan before I start a new writing project that I have to record the audiobook, because like, I just don't. Like, it takes so long to record an audiobook, and like nobody really listens to it anyways, like nobody interacts with it, so like it's kind of like, okay, I mean, it's there, I guess. Like, I know somebody will eventually appreciate the work, but like nobody does right now, so it's kind of hard to want to do it. And also, like, because nobody interacts with it, I can just keep pushing it back. Like, I've done it for weeks now. I'm like, I just don't feel like doing it, dude, and I need to. I just haven't. And I don't know that it's gonna happen this week either. I got stuff to do. I gotta write the next book. And, you know, I gotta read more books. So I think I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go finish like Bookstores and Bonedust or whatever that one is. All right, so I have finished this book. So I wanted to talk about it really quick before I jump into work for the day. Because I gotta haul some books for the channel, other channel. And then I can put this in the bag and take it back. So I finished this one yesterday while hubby was picking up the new Switch game, the 1000-Year Door one, Paper Mario. He's very excited about that. And I got to finish the book. So this is Bookshops and Bonedust by Travis Baldry. I think is how you're supposed to say that last name. So this is like a sequel, but really actually is a prequel to the book Legends and Lattes. Now, I think I actually liked the first one better. I think that the story just kind of captured me a little bit faster and I related to it a little bit more, where this one, it just was like you were in wait mode. And like, that's fine. Like, my husband liked this one better than Legends and Lattes. And this isn't necessarily bad, but like, I liked the writing of the other one better. And I think the biggest reason is I didn't like how, what was it, Fern, I think her name was, the Ratican. I didn't like how she talked. Like, I swear quite a bit, but it felt too much and just there because. And there was a lot of swearing just for the sake of it that didn't really feel like it had a point. And it didn't really fit the character, it didn't fit the story, it didn't even fit the sentences half the time. It just felt like too much. And that's as somebody who swears, but like also if you're gonna swear, it needs to have, when you save it for like the times that you want it to matter, it holds so much more weight. It just was honestly too much. And it really wasn't in the first book, it's just added into this one, and I just didn't really like it. Like, it really turned me off of the book. And the fact that like he decided to go down this trendy path of like the spicy books, which I every single time I go to record, but the spicy books, erotica things, in this book they called it moist, but like I don't like those, and it just felt so out of place for the world, and like it was just ick. Like, I don't like those books. It's not what I come to books for. A lot of people do. That's your thing. Cool. It's not mine at all, and it really didn't fit at all. And like this weird kind of romance, kind of not thing. Like, it was just this like, if you're gonna go there, go there. But he really didn't. Like, it's just like behind the scenes stuff happens. So much so, like the other one, you could feel the romance building, and this one didn't have that. Like, it was okay. I liked the skeleton dude. He was cool. But like, I don't know. I didn't like this one as much. But yeah, I mean, I still gave it a 4 out of 5. It's an entertaining story. I love the ending with the book. I thought that was a really fun twist. But overall, like, I don't know. I'm hoping the next one gets better. You know he's doing another one. You know it's gonna happen. But I just, and like, at the very end too, like, now the person's the wife? I don't remember them getting married. So when did that happen? So anyways, those are my thoughts. Now back to writing. Okay, so almost done with Yule. I was planning to do it yesterday, didn't get to it. Here we are. It's now Saturday, but I wanted to finish Yule this week and finish off this vlog because I feel like this was a good section to be like, yep, this is where we're going. Took this whole time to finally get, every single time I start to record and she scratches her nails, but I finally got through the Yule section. That's what this video is gonna be. So I currently, I mean, by the time, I think by now even, I've actually surpassed 10,000 words, so good title, maybe? I don't know. But I finished up day 11, so now I have day 12 and day 13, and then I'm done with Yule, and then the rest of the sections can go so much faster because they're only gonna be 3. I'm only gonna do 13 days, for Yule because that's what I do, because I choose chaos and then I can move on, and the other ones will go faster and then I can move on and get this published, because that's what I would like to do. And I also just have looked up and I realized that over the past nearly 10 years, I have sold 104 books. Is that a lot? No. But is it better than 0? Yes. And a good chunk of those obviously come from the past couple of years, which is pretty cool. If you kind of start to think about it and realize that I'm like, I sold a few copies when I very first started in 2014, and now in 2024, I have sold more. Like, most of them was really like 2023 and 2024. Like, I sold a few here and there throughout the years, but really, like, I think like 2016 onwards, like, I just didn't sell any books. So now I'm like, cool. I had never looked at how many books I've sold in total, so it's kind of fun to be like, cool, I have sold in the triple digits, the very small end of that, but still. And who knows, in the next, 10 years, maybe there'll be several extra zeros after that. Wouldn't that be cool to sell like 1 million books in the next 10 years? Goals? I think so. So anyways, I am only going to sell books if I write books. So, on to day 12 of the 13 days of Yule. Alright, day 12 is done, and so now I only got day 13, and then Yule is finally done. It feels like I've wrote a book, to be honest, because this section was so big. It was so much. 13 chapters on one Sabbath. That's a lot. So, like, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. That was 13 different, like, ritual things and focuses to do. That was a lot. But also, like, I'm gonna be able to use it this year. Like, that's the thing, is when I write these books, I also write it for me, because like there's been many a time that like I just forget stuff and I refer back to my own book. And yes, I do conveniently have it here because I'm trying to record the audiobook too. So I just kind of have it in my way to be like, do the thing. And also then I can reference it and be like, look, I read a book. You should buy the book if you haven't bought the book, because I'm working on the sequel, so you should get the first book so then you can enjoy the second book. But anyways, I'm also going to be busy this afternoon, so I gotta hurry and finish this up and then be done for the weekend, and then that will be the end of the work week. So on to day 13 for the 13 days of Yule. And that is it. I am done with the Yule section. Truly, it feels like I wrote a book. That was so much work. But it's finally done. So next installment in this series, I will be moving on to the rest of the year, and I will not be doing 13 days for each one. That was a lot. I'm only going to be doing 3 days for each, so they will go so much faster. So I'm hoping, I don't know if it'll get done next week, might be a little bit into the next week. But like early June, I will have this done. And yeah, so I didn't think to add up my word count before this, but like it's definitely over 10,000 words. If I had to take a guesstimate, because I have my, my spreadsheet here, it's gonna roughly be like probably over 14,000 words, maybe 15,000 words ish. I didn't create the adding little thingy thing. I've just been keeping track. But why would I look that up before I started recording? It's fine. So anyways, thank you for coming along for my writing adventures this time. I would love to know how your writing is going in the comments down below. What books are you reading? Have you read my first book for this, Path of a Witch? It's available, always linked down below, in ebook and paperback and hardback. And then also, if you want the audiobook, it is going up on Patreon, so you can find all of my links on my blog down below. And of course, come along next Monday for another installment in my writing chaos. What have I written in the past week? We will find out. Did I finish it next week? I don't know. Wouldn't that be awesome though? 2 videos and then the project draft 1 is complete. That would be awesome. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but it would be cool if it did. So anyways, make sure you're subscribed so that you can check that out. And of course, if you want to read any of my other books, linked down below. Until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all soon.